lot today. We're doing a lot, babes.
So this podcast is part of the You Run Podcast Network. Love the hair.
Thanks.
Thanks. You can go to yourunpodcast.com and you can catch out all sorts of other fun and entertaining podcasts like ours. You can also catch some true crime, different movie reviews. I think people reenacting TV shows. I don't know. I can tell you I was listening to the You Run podcast true crime one, and they're pretty entertaining. They do a different spin on it. So if you are a true crime person, I would check that one out.
Okay.
So with that being said, hello everyone. Hi.
Hi.
This is the Paranormal Misfits podcast, where the curious roam, the weird feels at home, and horror is just another day in the office. How's your office looking?
My office is looking. It's looking. You know,
It's looking.
It's been looking the same since we started.
Fix. Mine too.
Actually, no. I think all of this stuff, all the like posters and stuff that I have up, like came in like after.
Some of them, yeah. You put them up after I think you started.
Yeah, like after the co-hosting stuff. But thanks for everyone. Wow. Okay. Hey. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. I am a co-host. Whoa, hold on. What was I trying to say? Can you start? Can you do it?
Can I do it?
Can you just say your name?
I'm name. Chrissy.
And I'm your other co-host, Nino Daniel. Oh.
Go Pride.
This you look like the 4th of July. God, it makes me want a hot dog real bad.
Love her.
These gays are trying to kill me. Me every time I go out during Pride Month as a gay man. Because like the gay guys out here in Arizona, dude, I love my chosen family out here, but like, where's y'all's liver?
Where's y'all right?
Where's y'all's liver? I don't even. I'm over here trying to chug down Virgin Arnold Palmers. Okay. The last time I had a hard Arnold, okay, I had to explain to his wife. No, I'm kidding.
Oh man.
Oh my god. I don't know who are we saying hi to today?
Hello to our newest listeners. Don't know who they are, but
yeah.
If you are out there.
The recurring listeners.
Definitely the recurring.
I would also like to say hi to 3 people.
Okay.
Or a shout out to 3 people. I want to give a shout out to one of my best friends, Kelsey. Mm-hmm. I love you, and I hope you're doing well. I'd like to also give a shout out and a thank you to the folks over at ScarityCast. And I want to give a shout out and thank you to the folks over at Evil Izzy's Haunted Emporium.
Yeah.
So,
yay.
Do you have anything to add before we begin our lesson today?
So I'm excited for today. Today is movie review.
Today's Q2.
Gabriel, I have some words for you.
Gabriel, the words are what the fuck. Start with that. Lead us in.
Start with that? Okay. So as you know, we love to get some feedback from you guys. And Gabriel over at the Indigenous Tales had given us some homework that I apparently did.
I'm sorry.
I let Nino know too late. That was my fault because I texted him Friday.
No, it was. Well, also, I watched Thelma last night, and it was really good.
Yeah?
Anyways.
So, Gabriel is one of our very dedicated, binged our whole show to catch all the way back up. So he had recommended 2 of Robert Morgan's stop-motion shorts on YouTube. One was The Cat with Hands, and the other was Bobby Yeah. And he said they were amazingly creepy. And I will agree with you, sir. I will. Cats with Hands wasn't so bad. It was very creepy. It gave me Coraline feels. And it looks like my cat, Salem. So I was like looking at Salem for the rest of the night going, what the fuck is wrong with you? But there's this boy standing at a well looking at a cat. cat originally looks normal until it pans down slowly to the human hands that he has because they're tapping the fingers. Right?
In America?
I don't know where. I really don't. I was watching it and I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck? So you're not sure what the cat's going to do, right? Because the kid originally wants to touch the cat's hands. And then the cat does like this paw thing where it shows the hand almost like I'll grab you kind of thing. And he's at the edge of the well. Okay. So the kid's like, maybe not. Right?
It's one way to make biscuits.
He starts petting the cat and the cat starts purring and then the cat stops purring and they just intensely look at each other and I'm like, what the fuck is going to happen? Right? And then it blacks out. And I was like, I that's too much for my imagination because my imagination went, oh, there goes that boy into the abyss.
Oh, it just blacks out. Like it gives you nothing else?
Doesn't really give you anything after.
Gabriel.
No, that wasn't bad. That one was not.
You always got to give us something after.
Oh, he did. It was called Bobby Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. About 24 minutes long. The other one was like 3 minutes, so 24 minutes long, and Bobby Yeah is the weirdest claymation body horror I've ever seen. And I mean, like, I'm watching going, what the fuck is coming out of this thing?
Oh, God.
Like, and the funny thing is that, like, these things keep your attention without ever needing any sort of scripting. Any sort of, like, words. Because I'm watching and I'm going...
There's no words at all?
There's none.
Oh, great.
There's some sounds. There's obviously the imagery. And there's music. I don't know how to explain this one aside from if anyone's has ever watched Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, the Johnny Depp one.
Mm-hmm.
And they remember the episode where he's in the hotel room and he's vividly tripping. That's what that felt like.
Mm-hmm.
10 times worse. I'm like, I got done because Ray was playing Elden Ring right beside me because I'm like, okay, I'll sit in the TV room with you. I'm just going to have headphones in because I have to watch something on YouTube. And he's like, okay. And I'm like looking and I look at him and I stop and I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck I just watched. It creeped me out. It creeped me out. And I'm going to go to bed now. I don't know why I went to bed directly after. Good news is I'm not one of those people who usually like dreams of the movies I watch before falling asleep.
That's some pussy shit.
If you are one of those people and you watch this, please make sure you watch like 5 Disney movies after or something because it's going to give you... Oh my God.
Wait, what happened?
So...
What happened?
It's this like rabbit human creature thing like steals a worm that has hair.
Okay.
And this is where it all goes like weird, right? So like it's a worm and he hops on the back of the worm and there's a button. There's a red button. Okay. And he hits the button and then these 2 other creepy things come in. And one of them's this really large tongue and like a jack-in-the-box thing.
Tongue. Like dead man's tongue?
And then the other one looks like a toe or something, right? And they start making this weird, outlandish noise, and the tongue does this thing, and it starts squirting out what looks like semen. But it's not. I don't know.
Gabriel, what the fuck?
I continue. Be proud, Gabriel. I continued to watch, because normally when something hits like a really weird part, I'm like, do I really want to keep going? I might turn this off. I stayed the course. And I don't know why. But Gabriel, I appreciate your recommendations. They're absolutely creepy. I agree with you. And I was looking further into this. This stop motion creator has won various awards for that one. So Gabriel, next time, tell me something with unicorns, okay? Thanks.
Okay, so there's a spermy tongue. I mean, tell me what else is new, for me.
It was hairy sperm too. I don't
relate to that.
I can't.
100% could not be me.
Feel free to give it a try, Nino.
Mine coming out looking like tapioca shit. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm hydrated.
I'm hydrated.
I'm not
Boba
as
tea.
depressed as I was. Thanks, Anna Marie.
There you go. Which Anna Marie? You get a lot of shout outs.
I know, Anna Marie, this is like...
This has been
we
religious.
genuinely love you.
We do. We do.
Okay, so that sounds like something I'm not gonna watch. That's crazy. I get really like... when there's creepy, weird shit... That's when I'm like, maybe I shouldn't watch this.
I mean, so the creator does really well because, like I said, there's no dialogue. There's none. At all. There's none. There's just little claymation things moving, story going with it, and music. And like, this was like a body horror I haven't seen before.
Cute.
Because it was wild.
And for the folks at home who want to avoid seeing this, where can they avoid seeing this?
YouTube.
Motherfucker, this is on YouTube? Shut the... Okay. Gabriel.
I mean,
Gabriel, I'm gonna slide into your DMs. I have a couple questions. I have some notes. I got a feedback form. I need you to... I'm gonna send you a Google Doc.
It was really creepy. And I can see where some people would really like it. I can see where some people are like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like I said, I thought it was... I was completely sober. I was like, I wish I was on something, so maybe this might help me get through it. I'd be so traumatized at the end. Like, I thought I've watched some fucked up things, just like horror movie wise, but that took... That took
not
the
me.
cake.
Not Hermione. You.
Not you.
Like, that's... Yeah. I don't think I've ever been virtually scarred from a story as much as when I heard we had my birth on tape. So...
No, that would scar me too.
All right, bitch.
No, I just mean like watching birth.
Oh yeah. I had to watch one for a psychology class. Anyways,
moving along.
Sociology. Anyways, we're gonna maybe we'll do like a reaction video. Like we'll both watch it together.
Oh, okay. That sounds
maybe that
like
could be another thing too, is be like, okay, we're gonna watch this together and react.
Yeah. I like it.
If you have any more recommendations for movies for us to watch, please direct them to Chrissy.
Because I'm not filtering anything, guys. I'm just like, yeah, sure, we'll watch it. Go figure.
One thing about me. Okay, that's one way to kick it off. That's one way to kick off Q2 movie review.
Q2 movie review. Gabriel, we appreciate your feedback. However, sir,
don't ever do it again. Yeah.
No,
I'm just kidding.
Just kidding. Yeah. Give all the reviews.
All the reviews. So we have quite a bit of a list today on my end. Obviously, not every horror movie got watched.
Right.
So again, to those people who are listening to this, and thank you so much for like anticipating my movie reviews, because I try to do an honest, fair job. There's like 7 or 8 on the list, and I'm just gonna go down the list. I'm gonna save one particular one for last, but the first one that I'm starting off with is a movie called Vicious Fun, available on Shudder. Thank you, Chrissy, for Shudder.
Belt time.
All right, all right. Listen, bitch.
Listen, bitch.
Do you want me to send La Llorona to your house for talking to me like that?
I mean, Desi already said it.
She didn't send it to me.
She tagged you in it.
Immunity. Just kidding.
How any of it works.
No. To anyone who listens to this episode all the way through, La Llorona will not come after you tonight. And if you decide to pause this podcast episode and go to the bathroom, I hope when you sit down in the toilet that something comes out the other end of the toilet and tickles your butt. Anyways, that's disgusting. I would immediately shit myself. The way I would get an immediate colonic. Anyways, back to Vicious Fun on Shudder. So Vicious Fun is a movie that actually came out in 2020. And obviously, so it's new to me for Q2 2024, but it's not a 2024 Q2 release. But I just wanted to put it on the docket. It is a movie about a guy who is a film critic for a national horror magazine, and he's like, it starts off with like him meeting up some girl at a Chinese restaurant for a date. And then he gets too drunk and then falls asleep in the supply closet. And then he wakes up when they've turned the Chinese restaurant into a serial killer's self-help group. And then they think that he is the certain serial killer. And he's not, but they aren't convinced. And then he tries to escape. And then he actually ends up having to kill everyone.
So then he becomes a serial killer?
In order to escape. So it's pretty cool. I mean, it goes from like what a Chinese restaurant to a police station to a hospital to a bowling alley.
Was he tripping on something?
No, like the
okay.
settings. Jesus,
Got it.
Oh my God, yeah, he was tripping on something. Dead bodies, the fuck. So really good movie. It's directed by Cody Callahan. It's called Vicious Fun. I definitely enjoyed the acting in this one. The script was great. The thing that got me the most was whoever did the color theory for this movie deserves a Pulitzer Prize, deserves diplomatic immunity from death, like whatever.
Whatever they need.
Whatever they need, whatever you like, we do for you. Like, so, and if you don't know where that joke is from, please go watch Angela Johnson's nail salon video. So that was good. That was a horror comedy. And if you know anything about horror comedy,
he's sitting in front of you.
No, I'm kidding. I'm the face of horror comedy.
Right.
Okay. Let's move. Do you have anything to add before I move on?
No, but I do love horror comedy. I do plan on checking that one out.
Yeah, it's an easy watch.
That's good.
Let's go to another action thriller movie. It's called Boy Kills World. It's not so much horror as it is just gore.
Okay.
This movie came out during Q2, and the sole reason why I watched this movie... Skarsgård. Bill Skarsgård, right?
Yes.
The one who played Pennywise? When I tell you this man...
That's kind of why I want to see The Crow.
I'm watching The Crow, because one thing about me, I'm gonna be looking out for that caca. Okay? Like, let that be a sound bit today. Okay? When does The Crow come out? Cool. So Boy Kills World, it was a limited release. It was literally like no one knew about it.
Yeah.
It was 2 weeks at best, but it was such an amazing movie. It literally talks about this like dystopian, it's like Hunger Games-esque in the sense of like there are these like overlords keeping the peace with like, you know, the poor people, and Alexander Skarsgård's character, Bill Skarsgård's character, sorry, he was kidnapped by a monk raised in the forest to fight.
Wild.
And then turns out that Bill's character is actually the missing son from like the political overpower people. Oh. He spends a lot of this movie topless. And that's so funny, so did I. It's just a lot of gore.
Right.
Really good names in there, really good action sequences, but I just wanted to point out Bill Skarsgård, in the off chance you're listening to this, in the off chance you're like, what are they doing between Florida and Arizona?
A lot.
A lot, actually. I would definitely recommend this movie to everyone to stream. It's an hour, 51 minutes. It's got a great storyline. Very easy to follow. Incredible action shots, incredible action sequences, lots of gore. The way people get killed is some of it's hilarious.
Is it almost like the Kill Bill kind of gore?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, with like small elements of like thriller. So
Okay.
not necessarily. It's way more action, but like the sub underneath action is thriller.
Okay.
So that's good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just love a good Bill Skarsgård moment.
Same. The first thing I ever saw him in was this one TV series, like Hemlock Grove, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First thing I ever saw him in was my dreams.
God.
It's still Pride Month. Let me be gay. Okay, I have to get into these next 3 movies I'm gonna get into.
Don't burn him at the stake, guys.
Don't burn it. Listen, when I tell y'all this is just in my own opinion. This is in my own opinion. Okay?
Critical opinion. No, I'm just.
We're gonna start off with. Let's start off with the worst movie of Q2 so far.
Isn't that a toss-up?
No, there's one particular
The one
movie.
beat the other one? Okay.
There's one particular movie that came out during Q2 of 2024 that is hands down the worst movie of 2024. Period. It beat out Imaginary. Yeah, it's Tarot.
We get a bad one each quarter. They are not doing very well for us here.
The one thing about Tarot was worse than Imaginary, and
I know.
Y'all remember how much I ripped into Imaginary. Tarot was worse. Tarot was like, I would do a smart friend on this, but it's too easy.
Maybe that's why you should.
That's why I should. Well, okay, I will say that this movie was filmed in Serbia, which is the neighboring country to my home country of Bosnia, Zdravo. And it's like, you know, I didn't realize it was filmed in Serbia because they do a really good job of making it look like it's somewhere else. Wow, that's called set design. The movie opens up with this group of friends who rented out, miraculously they had enough money as college kids to rent out a fucking castle on Airbnb. Financially, that doesn't make sense.
No, because there is a castle you can rent in like Ireland or something, but it takes like 20 friends for one solid night.
This was 8 friends for a weekend.
So
I was like, financially, this doesn't make sense. Yeah. And then on top of that, they decided to go into like the back part of the castle and do like a little night, little around the fire. And it starts immediately. That's where it opens you up with. It starts immediately, and they're just hanging out, doing whatever. And then all of a sudden, they decide they're gonna go explore the Airbnb. If I were in a castle in the bum tits shit middle of nowhere, in my right mind, you would never catch me there. I'm gonna be at a fucking Hyatt, a Marriott, somewhere with a continental breakfast where I don't have to pay a cleaning fee. Listen, that's the best part about going out of a hotel. Like, listen, I love anybody who has to come in and clean after me because I'm freaking. Anyways, I poop a lot. That's what I was trying to get to. So they start exploring this like part of the house that they're not even supposed to be in, dumbasses.
No, that's good.
Yeah, no, let's do that. They go into this room of oddities, and then touch everything, and of course the box with the tarot cards is locked away, and it like shines bright once it was like released or some shit like that. And the rule of the movie is like you're not supposed to fuck with tarot cards that aren't your own. Like Facts. That's like
okay, yeah.
So once they take out the tarot cards, this one, like one of the characters, he's like looking out at an open door because the door swings open to awaken the spirit, and he's looking at this pair of like red or white eyes.
Okay.
And then it just goes away. So then this one girl does a reading for every single person. And she ends up being one of our final girls. Shocker. The way this movie moves is ridiculously fast. This movie was an hour and 22 minutes of screen time.
Wow.
82 minutes.
Yeah. That is fast.
They don't give you backstory for anyone other than our final boy and final girl.
Oh, so they let you know who the finals were gonna be just by based
Like
on.
out the
Okay.
gate. Out the gate. And then basically what happens is each person who got their tarot card read, whatever their death card was,
Okay.
that was going to be the thing that kills them.
So how did they know it was the death card? Like,
Because it was
was there?
literally like, this is your death card. Like, this is the thing you have to watch out for, or something like that.
Oh, okay, got it.
And then one by one, they start getting picked off. One girl gets killed like freaking, what is it? Like, ladder to the face, Final Destination style.
Uh-huh.
One girl gets killed in a back alley, and then all that. No one is concerned that like they start realizing their friends are dying a little too late. They're like, oh, maybe she's just going through some emotional stuff. No. Like the first two deaths happen like practically back to back. And that it was literally me too. That was literally my face. It just moves nonstop. There's no break. There's no rest.
Right.
Come to find out that these tarot cards were like the original owners of the house were like really rich people, and something about a baby and a doctor, and
So a storyline that doesn't make any sense and doesn't actually tie.
it does make sense, but that's like the tarot cards were like haunted because sorry. The tarot cards were haunted because of a lady who was wrongfully killed.
So are they collectors of oddities, or did they steal the oddities?
I think, well, the lady who was killed was like their housekeeper or something. Anyway, they don't really get into it.
Oh,
But
that's fun.
yeah, and they don't ever tell you what state they're in, but they tell you that the house was owned by like Spanish, like a Spanish family. I'm like, okay, so setting this script sucked ass. Completely and utterly sucked ass. It does have the girl Avantinka in it, who was Karen Shetty in the Mean Girls musical.
Okay.
This wasn't she like played a lesbian.
In this one, or
in this one? Yeah. Which for me, I was like, all right, no shade, obviously we love that gay, for you. Happy Pride Month. Like, we love everyone here. But it was just weird to me. That felt like pandering. And then the cast that they had was very eclectic and diverse, which I was like, cool, but also pandering because you killed everyone but like two people. No, there was three people who lived. A white girl, a black guy, and an Asian guy at the end lived.
Oh.
The script sucked. The pace sucked. The movie was predictable AF. Respectfully, if you're going to see this movie, wait for it to get on Tubi or something. Like, watch it for free. Do not pay for this. I'm so sorry. Like, this.
That's what I was planning on doing.
So the one thing I will say about this movie is this movie, Tarot, is based on a book written in 1992 called Horoscopes.
Oh.
And if you know anything about the history of Smart Friend in a horror movie, a social media series that I run was originally going to be called Horoscopes.
Oh, that's fun.
Because I literally say the word horoscopes in the first episode. This movie was not it at all. Oh, and the lady who plays who's in The Watchers, the gray-haired lady, she's in this one. She makes like a random appearance. Like, they're like, we have to go to this person who can teach us about spirits. We have to go to her house and randomly find her, and then we have enough gas in the car to go cross country to the Airbnb that's not booked up no more. And we have to go to book it again. Y'all have money like that to be booking a castle?
Apparently.
It just didn't make logical sense. It didn't like, nothing about this movie. And I know some movies are meant to be illogical, but like, this is like a bit much even for me. Thoughts, comments, concerns on that one before we just continue ripping into.
So did all the deaths happen in the castle during their vacation, or did it like transfer?
The spirits followed them out into like their real life.
I'm still confused. Like, I have a feeling I'm going to be confused. It's fine. That's my thoughts and concerns. Not really any, because I know that I will probably be confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next movie, sorry.
No, you're fine.
The next one, I don't know if I should go into the Watchers first or the other one. Well, let's just go into the Watchers really quick because we talked about the old lady. I don't know her name, and I'm so sorry. I don't mean to be disrespectful.
That's fine.
The Watchers is the
directorial debut
of what's her name?
M. Night Shyamalan's daughter.
M. Night Shyamalan. Yeah, but she has a name.
I know she does, but once again, I'm bad with names.
She has a name. Hold on, everyone. Wait. I'm going to look this up on IMDb. I should have had this. I'm terrible at notes. The Watchers. Oh, and also I think the older lady's name is Georgina Cam. Oh, no, it's Olwen Fuyeri. It's directed by Ashana Shyamalan.
There we go. Yeah. And it's based on a novel, apparently.
Based on a novel. I will definitely tell y'all that, okay, so this movie is 1 hour and 42 minutes long, which means it's probably about 1 hour 35 of screen time, maybe 1 hour 30 of screen time. It was confusing AF.
Yeah?
The fact that this movie got deemed a horror, I will never forgive the community for.
Okay.
This movie at best is a psychological thriller. There's nothing horror about it. The trailer is super deceiving because the trailer makes you think that they're in that glass house thing the entire time.
They're not, are they?
They're not. Okay. They are for maybe the first 2/3.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, the second third, because it takes a while for the girl to actually get to that place. The opening sequence is really great. The opening sequence gives you an insight into like what's going to happen. So the story goes that this girl who lives in Ireland, she lives in a different part of Ireland than her sister. She's estranged from her sister and her family because of a car accident that her mother was involved in, while both twin sisters, were in the car with her. Bird Girl, who's Dakota Fanning. Sorry, Bird Girl. She has a name. Her name is Mina. Dakota Fanning plays a girl named Mina, and Mina is assigned a task to go and drop off this like exotic bird to another birdhouse location, like 6 hours away.
Okay.
Of course, on her trek, she goes through this forest that contains this house, this like
random glass house.
Well, it's like one wall is glass, everything else is concrete. And then she gets lost in the circle of there's these circles all around this area called the point of no return. And she is coming there during sunset. And that's when the Watchers come out.
Okay.
And in the trailer, that's when you see Madeline, who is like the elder lady that's been trapped there. She's like, you have 5 seconds to enter this house before the door closes. And basically what it is like these creatures come out and they watch these humans that are captured in that house.
Okay.
And then once the sun rises, they're gone. And then the humans have to go and like try to like fetch their own food and water. And then they have to be back before sunset because the Watchers will kill them. Long story short.
Okay.
This is a movie where this college professor built this cement glass house in the middle of an area where he was investigating fairies. Fairies. So the Watchers are fairies, and the reason why they keep watching people is because once that person is captured,
right, once you're in their fairy ring, it's hard to get out
because when the fairies are mimics. So they basically can study someone's behavior and then show up as them in real life. Making it seem like they were never captured.
That's weird.
come to find out that they were talking about a way out.
Right.
Because what happens is if you try to escape and you go through those points of no return, it just loops you right back in.
Okay,
Like
so you're in like an eternal loop.
You're in an eternal loop.
Okay.
They ended up finding a basement compartment, and that's where they hid for a little bit. Mina's character watched these videos from this professor. This professor had a love interest, Fairy, who he captured. And that love interest became more and more intense. And, there's a gunshot and a dead body, all of this stuff. You then see the group listen to what the professor said, and he's like, go to point of no return 134 and pay attention to where the birds go to get to the water, and you'll find my boat. And she had a bird with her.
Oh.
And they make it out. It was only 3 of them. Originally it was 4, but one kid got captured and killed like on site. And then you see a fairy take over his body.
Oh.
Like mimic him as he's dying.
Right.
And then they make it out alive. Everyone goes about their ways. Mina goes to the college professor's office. And she finds out that he's been studying this forever because there's been these types of fairies in Ireland who were at one point above the human race, and they were trying to intermingle with the human race. But the thing is, like, those fairies can't come out during the daytime except for a white fairy, which the fairy that he fell in love with, that he held captive in his basement, was a white fairy who ended up being the old lady.
Oh. In
Spoiler.
the house.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's how she knew
where to
how
go.
the fairies behaved and where to go and all of this stuff. She needed to get out, though, because she was also stuck in the loop.
Got it, yeah.
Because, like, they had wings and they were, like, these, like, amazing people. So it's not a horror. It's a psychological thriller at best. And it also, it could have ended 3 different times.
Okay.
Did you see it?
I didn't see it.
Don't wait until it comes out on streamers.
I was gonna say I actually want to read the book first.
Do that, and then let me know how that goes.
Yeah, because like Hollywood. Hey guys, Chrissy here. So as you know, usually about halfway through our episode, we give a shout out and maybe show some adverts of our awesome podcasts. Nope. Hey guys, Chrissy here. So as you know, halfway through our episode, we like to talk about other podcasts that are part of the You Run network. And this month, we'll be talking about the Aardvark and the Magic Moshi, an Australian Red Dwarf podcast where they review every single episode of Red Dwarf in order, along with their own SME segments and occasional special guests. So make sure you check them out. Again, you can find them on Instagram at TAANDTMMDRD. You can find their podcast streaming on most platforms. And again, you can also find them on the yourunnetwork.com. All right. Make sure you check them out, guys. It's been doing really big misses with like book adaptations.
Hollywood's been doing so. Just something else to note, and I'm not going to say this in any particular way. I hope everyone knows that in order for movie theaters that we go to as consumers to be successful, Hollywood has to produce good movies. That's what causes an audience to go buy tickets. That's what causes people to spend money at concessions, XYZ. We've been hitting twice, missing 8 out of like this year is a year of just misses.
I was gonna say I've had better luck with streaming services than I have with actual like anything wanting to get me into the theater.
And the thing is, like, I have to go. Like, maybe I'll also like to take this time to interject. Movies that are non-horror that I do believe should be watched are the Celine Dion biopic. It's available on Amazon Prime, but it is playing in select theaters. It's called I Am Celine Dion. I strongly recommend everyone to also go see Thelma. Thelma is a comedy movie about a grandmother fighting for her money that fucking, I saw it last night. It's so good. It's just like the old timey insults, and then immediately do not walk, sprint, levitate, fly, and go see the bike riders.
Okay. And Amy, right? You're still big on Amy too.
Oh, the Back to Black biopic. If you haven't seen it, run, sprint, rewind time, get a time turner, whatever you need. Okay.
All right. So Watchers.
Yeah. So I was like, I paused it because I'm like, that's where we're going to put the little promo.
Okay.
Watchers wasn't it. I'm really, really hoping that there's an M. Night Shyamalan movie coming out.
With Josh Hartnett.
The Trap. Praying that is better.
I am too, because I really, I want to see that. And I'm even tempted to go to theaters to see it.
Yeah.
And I think his daughter's in that one. He has another daughter she's not directing, she's acting.
Akasha or something like that. Like she stars as the singer.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that. There's another movie that I posted about on my Facebook page. Oh my God. It was the one where I was like, what's that one movie with...
Oh, where you were asking everybody if they knew?
Strange Darling.
Yeah.
Strange Darling is one that I'm so excited to also see. Cuckoo is coming out July 12th. Maxine is coming out July 5th. And
then Longlegs is not far after.
Longlegs
before.
Longlegs is while I'm still in Bosnia, I think. I'm gonna that's the first movie I'm sprinting to when I get back.
Because I sent you something on TikTok. Someone had mentioned, was it on TikTok? Or did I post it?
Did you see the second trailer that came out for Longlegs?
No.
Holy shit.
Oh, yeah?
It's... fuck. So those are some things to look forward to on top of Terrifier 3, Nosferatu, on top of several others. It's weird how some movies are also getting a delayed marketing start. Strange Darling looks really fucking good. I also heard
it's Longlegs and Maxine come out a week apart.
When does Cuckoo come out?
See.
And then I'll get into the third worst movie that I've seen, and I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this.
It's coming out August 2nd.
Oh, that's the one that I'm going to sprint to right after I come back. So I can see Maxine and what's the other one I'm seeing? Maxine and Longlegs before I go. Because Maxine is, that's what it is. Maxine's July 5th. Longlegs is the 12th. They're a week apart.
Yep.
Maxine's getting an immediate out of theater review. So is
Longlegs.
And then Cuckoo is So far I think everyone is banking on Maxine to be good, and I'm praying to God it is. I hate when they do that thing where they over promote.
They overhype it. Yeah. Although what is it? Pearl
X
hasn't been bad. I like them.
No, they're cult classics now.
Yeah. So that director's been doing pretty good.
Ty West isn't Ty West also engaged or dating Mia Goth or something like that?
Is he?
Oh. I wasn't there.
Me neither. I didn't take the pictures.
I didn't hit record. Anyways.
Anyways.
I didn't start the OnlyFans login. So she doesn't. I don't know if Mia Goth has OnlyFans, and if she does, we love her.
We love you.
Okay, this one I'm gonna get probably shot down for. In a Violent Nature.
Yeah, see that one. So before you get into your review, here's my issue whenever people hype things up, right? Because when you start hyping it up as people were throwing up in the movie theaters. As soon as you start saying people were throwing up in the movie theaters, people left after 10 minutes, or people were passing out, that is such overhype, and it's going to be boring.
And it was.
It was, wasn't it?
So I loved what they were trying to do with this movie. It's the subtext, not the subtext, but the sub story of this movie is a son a son's love for his mother and the heirloom she left him. The killer in this entire movie is the son who grows up to become this like murderous adult. You get almost no backstory, like visually, but you get backstory through like the script.
Okay.
The script to this movie was good. Out of 10, solid 7. The set design for this movie was a perfect 10 because they filmed practically everything outdoors and nature is free.
Right.
The cinematography for this, the way it was shot, 10. The storyline.
Ah, there it is. So what was it trying to mimic? I feel like it was trying to mimic something.
I was just like, can we fucking get on with this? There was like 100 fucking times in this movie where I'm like, are we
done?
Are we done? So basically the movie is set up to where I don't know how these fucking characters, Jesus H. So the guy who was like the killer, the camera follows him from behind, so you're getting an aerial view. Almost all the entire time is like an aerial view of him walking forward. So you're getting the view of his back 60% of the time. And then sometimes like you'll get shots of him up close, but it won't be his face until one specific part. But sometimes you'll see his silhouette. You'll see like a side profile slightly. You'll see like a hand. And no one can ever see him coming.
You mean to tell me you don't hear people stomping? He looks like he has heavy feet.
And well, keep in mind though, he like grew up in this forest, so he could very well probably learn how to mask himself. The other thing is this movie takes place over the course of 3 days and no one fucking showers. Anyways, call me crazy, but like, there is one particular kill that is the kill that everyone's talking about on social media.
Okay.
And it is where these two girls, like, they were at the lake together, and then one stays at the lake and one goes to the edge of a mountain cliff, like the side of a mountain, and does yoga. And the one in the water gets like killed. Like she's like, I think she gets like beheaded or something. I don't fucking know. The girl who's doing yoga, this was like the kill. So what he does is he like scares her a little bit at first. She tries to run away. She realizes she gets to the edge of the mountain. She's like, "Fuck, what do I do?" Before she can do anything, he like, what does he do? He like gets his like, he has like a rope with a hook on it, and he attaches the hook to the top of her head. He punches through her torso and pulls the rope out the other side, so she like inverts into herself. Like as if like her chin went to her belly button kind of thing. And then he like pushes her off the side of a cliff, or I don't know. The thing as well is these groups of friends, they're at like a cabin, Airbnb in the woods. Oh my God. They don't notice that one of their friends goes missing the first night.
Oh my God. Why? Why don't they notice?
Well, they're like, oh, he went to the bar in town 45 minutes away. Wouldn't
one of the vehicles be missing? Okay, cool.
And no one brought that up. No one brought up the fact that like their friend hasn't returned for hours.
Oh. So we just assume our friend is an alcoholic?
So we just assume our friend, what is he, on a grinder date? We don't know. It's just stuff like that where I'm like, tits.
You're like, come on.
Like literally I was like, all right, if this is a new low. I like what they were trying to do with the movie.
Okay.
The fact that the killer, there was one part, oh God, this pissed me off. The friend that got killed the first night, he got dragged to like a visitor center in the forest where tourists can go and hike trails, but it was at night. He broke in, he put him there, XYZ.
Okay.
Later in the movie, the two survivors, well, technically it's like one survivor. I can't honestly remember how this movie ended. I think we had one survivor, and she like finds someone on the road and she's like, please take me out of here. They go to this visitor center. They find their dead friend. They try to get a hold of a park ranger. The park ranger's there. The killer comes up. They shoot the killer. He's down for the count. And then the park ranger, rather than immediately putting one more in the dome, he goes, let me walk up to him and make sure he's dead. And then what does he do? He has the gun pointed at the killer, turns aside and goes, you go make sure. And then, of course, the killer wakes up. I was like, you guys, I know the movie has to go on. I know. But you are making my job so much easier than it needs to be. That is the dumbest shit. If you're ever, listen to me now, folks.
Real life scenario, guys.
If you're ever in a situation where you are being attacked by someone, and you get the opportunity to stun and or maim them to where they fall to the ground, you either better be related to Usain Bolt, or you put one in the dome.
Or do both.
And I guarantee you that one, the both scenario, you're probably going to be a living, breathing human after that.
Right?
It just wasn't good. It was so like the way the trailer was like trailering. It made it look like it was like this spooky, no words. No, there was a whole script. There was all of these things. No one was able to overtake this guy. There was one shot where someone throws like a red truck with like a keychain red truck with like a key on it, and then the camera is hyper focused on the killer playing with the truck, but you can see his face in the back and it's blurry. And then out of tits fuck nowhere, they cut to a shot where the truck is no longer in play and it's just his face. And I swear to God, this is giving like Sweet Home Alabama, like barbarian inbred type fucking shit. It looks scary. And then there's this whole folklore about this killer, and he hides underground, and he like, you know, if he's disturbed, then once he's on a killing spree, he's on a killing spree until he's done.
How do you okay. So there's no really good reason, is my understanding.
The reason why he starts killing is because someone woke him up by stealing his mother's necklace.
Who? Nobody knows? Okay.
Hikers nearby. I don't know. And then he just randomly starts killing people.
Oh, fun.
So that was In a Violent Nature. Tarot was the worst, and then I would say In a Violent Nature and The Watchers are kind of, they're neck still better than Tarot, but like they're okay. Shockingly, there was a psychological thriller as well that I watched called I Saw the TV Glow.
Okay. That kind of gave me like Exorcist vibes whenever you saw
it was actually like, it was more about a TV show that it had to do something with like a TV show and like an ether realm and all of this stuff. And you come to find out like the TV show is real in a way. It's a great story about friendship. It's a great story about love. It's a great story about growing up as a I'm not a black man, but it's a great story of like, you get to see what a black man in suburban America goes through with his family and like strict rules and everything like that. It's a great story about like, you have to take chances on yourself. Otherwise you're going to be stuck in the same place. But it was psychologically like in like, what? I felt like I was on a bit of an acid trip during parts of this movie. They basically are tormented by this like ethereal creature that causes a couple people to kill themselves. And it has to do with like a popular TV show. It talks about these two friends who grow up bonding over a TV show that gets canceled right before it's supposed to like have a proper finale.
Okay.
And then turns out that like 10 years later they try to like uncover what would have happened, and then these things start popping up in their life that talked about the TV show. It turns out they were in they're in a TV show.
Oh.
So they were kind of like trapped in this like cycle thing. It was actually a little hard to follow, just a little bit. I was sober watching it. For anyone,
didn't feel like it after.
For anyone wondering, I am extraordinarily sober. I do not drink. That don't mean I do anything else. But it was hard to follow in the beginning, and then once you get it, you're like, oh. Then you think you have it, and then they're like plot twists, and you're like, oh. So it's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think the heart of it is about friendship, but the fact that it's like a horror psychological thrill, I'm like, damn, they hid those elements really well. And this was also a limited release.
Yeah, I hadn't like. I know, I don't think
I
it
think
was
it was
over
an
here.
A24. I think this one was
Mm-hmm.
A24. So good, which is shocking for me to say of A24. Also, do you know how much is writing? I think A20. No, Neon does. Neon is doing Cuckoo.
Mm-hmm.
Who's doing Long Legs? Which production house is Long Legs? Do we know?
Long Legs. I don't know. Let's see. IMDb. Oh, Neon.
Neon's doing Long Legs as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm pretty sure Neon's also doing Cuckoo, right?
I think so. Yeah.
This is Neon. Nicolas Cage is a producer of Long Legs. Makes sense. He's in it.
I really.
Okay. So, anyways, I saw
Looks
the
like
TV.
Cuckoo is also Neon as well.
Okay, so that is good.
They're trying to come out with it.
I think Neon is coming for
the jugular.
The jugular. Well, also, you know who else is coming for the jugular?
Who?
IFC.
Oh yeah.
IFC is coming out because they released some bangers this year.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Hold on. I'm going to Google this super quick. Also, if you really want to Google Nino Daniel, you can and see what happens. IFC films. All films. They have.
They were in A Violent Nature.
Okay. I was just looking at that.
But they did have Late Night with the Devil.
I was going to say that's the one I'm saving for last, which is where we're at.
Yeah.
So, stop motion. They also had stop motion.
So stop motion, by the way, was another one that did I not lock my door? Hi, Roland.
Hi, little kid. Sorry, that's random.
That's okay. He opened the door. Betty, I'm still recording.
Hi, little kid. They had IFC had Skinamarink.
They had Skinamarink.
Okay. Skinamarink. They had God's Country. God's Country was good.
Was it?
I mean, from what I heard. Aw.
I did not lock my door. You're right. I thought I did.
Go lock your door. I can talk to the audience for a second.
No, it's okay. My husband's got it.
Hi. What an amazing episode. Please don't cut this out.
Okay.
This is going to be so amazing. Oh my gosh. So IFC's been...
They've been pushing out.
They've been cranking some good ones.
Mm-hmm. Except for their In a Violent Nature.
Except for In a Violent Nature.
I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, stop motion. Stop motion is, if I remember correctly, from Gabriel. That was a Gabriel one, too, that he suggested. Which means stop motion is that guy's that I just watched his short ones from. The ones that I talked about at the opening, that's the same creator for stop motion. Okay, so then stop motion deserves a little, maybe a little TLC. Little TLC. I might take a look at the what's coming soon from IFC. I might take a look and see. We have Dandelion and Oddity. I've heard Dandelion. I saw the trailer for Dandelion. I have not seen the trailer for Oddity. Right. When does Oddity come out? July 19th. Oh, this is the one with the fucking doll. Oddity is the one with that fucking, oh my god, no, I have seen this trailer. Oh Jesus, I saw this and it fucking gave me the creeps. Oddity is the one where this girl stays at a house or something, and then there's like this like creature doll thing that just sits there. It's good. Is it? Anywho. And then Dandelion, I don't think is a horror. Dandelion's more of like a feel good. Consecration. You sound it out. You got it. This one. Consecration.
Consecration.
Is theirs. So I watched this. I remember talking to you about this because I was really excited for it. And I think it was whenever you were a guest last year.
I think so.
Because it had Jenna Malone.
Oh my God. Jenna Malone is also in something else that's coming up. Sorry, that was vague.
That was very vague. But that's the one I got really sad about because like it had all of the elements to make it really, really good.
And then it wasn't.
The story sucked. And then you couldn't tell if poor Jenna Malone, I know she's a fantastic actress, but she couldn't pick the what is it? The accent.
Is Jenna 1 N or 2?
1.
Had a feeling. Oh, you were telling me this. Yeah, she couldn't pick up the correct accent.
Like she was bouncing between an English to an Irish, and it's like, which one are you?
She was in Love Lies Bleeding, which I heard was good. She's coming up to be in a movie called Horizon: An American Saga. Okay. Also, Jenna Malone, we need to give her flowers when it comes to like a scream queen. She was in the movie Antebellum, which is one of my favorite thriller horrors. I would say Antebellum is more of a thriller. It's more of like on the psychological side.
Yeah.
But apart from movies that we're looking forward to, Strange Darling, Cuckoo, Maxine, Longlegs, Nosferatu, Terrifier 3, which rumor has it I think we're getting a trailer in August.
Okay.
I think we're getting our first trailer in August, so I'm really excited about that. They just wrapped, by the way.
Did they?
Like they just wrapped.
Just got done with.
Like I think like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
From what I heard. Or maybe they brought someone else on to like do a couple cameos. I'm pretty sure Damien has like a way to edit these movies way quicker. But the fact that Art the Clown is now a cult classic.
I know. And now he's an animatronic that you can buy at Spirit Halloween.
At Spirit Halloween. Oh, by the way, it is presently June 22nd. I wanna mention what is it? Summer Oween or Spring Oween, whatever I've been seeing. Summer Oween has been happening in Salem. And I'm so glad that we're starting spooky season early. I officially start celebrating spooky season July 5th.
We start planning our costumes and stuff by April. And then I start looking through Amazon and everything and keeping an eye out of what's coming out as far as decorations and stuff, starting as soon as it hits my inbox.
Because there's no fucking way you expect me to celebrate the greatest time of the year for a month.
Right. Exactly.
You got me so... Why can't we also just take the first week of November and close out Halloween?
I don't know why they don't. Because
you have Day of the Dead.
Yeah.
You have El Dia de los Muertos.
And then you have All Saints Day. That's another
so why
one.
can't we just kind of take it into like, why can't Halloween and spooky season be extended into like November 10th?
Yeah.
I would love to say the 11th, but that's my anniversary. So, but to close out Nino Daniel's Q2 review, I will say in my opinion, everything that you've heard today, ladies, gents, boys, girls, kids of at least 16 or older.
Oh, we hope.
We pray to God. Everything has been, in my opinion. 1 second, I have to sneeze.
Uh-oh.
Did you hear that?
Nope.
Oh, thank God.
Bless you, by the way.
I have like dragon. Oh, thanks. Remember, any opinion that we share about any movies here at Paranormal Misfits Podcast, we are not paid to talk good or bad about any movie.
Nope.
Nor would we accept payment personally. And that's just like a truth thing that I have.
You can't pay me to say something good about something that I think is honestly bad.
Oh, you mean Tarot, The Watchers, and In a Violent Nature? I would
Imaginary.
I would opt to speak better about Imaginary if someone paid me to talk good about Tarot.
So here's my deal, guys.
God, if I have the La Llorona quote, yours is going to be, here's my deal.
Here's my deal.
Tell me.
Let's make a deal here. So you want me to talk good about Tarot. However,
Tarot sucked.
I will go for Imaginary. And we'll act like Tarot never happened.
Yeah, I will. If I could eliminate an hour and a half of my life, and And I knew it was going to be bad. The marketing push for this movie was insane. The marketing budget for this movie, they had a pop-up shop in LA. Certain theaters, I'm sorry, I'm yawning out. Certain theaters had like a thing where people stand in front of whatever tarot killer they think is going to come after them, and like the actual killer like broke through the paper thing, and like that costs money to set back up again. Like, the marketing budget for this movie, insane. And I also just want to let people know, one way to determine if a movie is good, or where did Chrissy go? Hello, Chrissy. Is she coming back? Now you are. Now you are. Now.
I have no idea.
No worries.
Okay.
So we're gonna edit that out.
Yeah. Because it just like went. I was like, oh my God.
So one way to determine if a movie does really well commercially is it has to make back 4 times its budget.
Mm-hmm.
If a movie breaks even, it did terrible.
Yep.
One movie that I want to close this out with is my favorite movie of quarter 2. You know, does your thing tell you that you're flashing? Like you're flashing in and out. Like you're coming in and out. Oh.
Why, is yours?
No, yeah, like I could literally like record this and send it to you.
Okay.
Okay, now it's fixed.
It could be my internet. Who knows?
It's fine. It's whatever. All right. So closing out Nino Daniel's, in his own opinion, quarter 2 horror movie review is Late Night with the Devil.
I fucking loved it.
When I tell you, if Late Night with the Devil, Immaculate, and First Omen had like a triple feature screening, I would buy 10 tickets.
Right?
Late Night with the Devil was unexplainably good. Inexplainably good. Like, unnecessarily good. Like, the colors were great. The script was amazing. The storyline was incredible. Incredible storyline. They did use some AI to do those, like, we'll return in a couple minutes. Like, that was tasteful, you know? But other than that, the special effects were practical or green screen.
Right.
So it was just such a good movie. It's a great story about the things that you give up for fame. It's a fantastic story about a man who became so consumed with the devil in him that he opted to have his wife killed.
Yeah.
He essentially said, yeah, give her cancer so I can get these ratings.
So I can be the best late night host.
So ever. So in Late Night with the Devil, I realized the title has nothing to do with the actual Lucifer. This man who is the late night host, he is the devil.
It gave me, when I watched it, it gave me Bohemian Grove.
100%. Oh, because it talked about Bohemian Grove.
With the owls.
It did like a whole thing into Bohemian Grove. We've even, on the show, we've talked about Bohemian Grove.
Vaguely, yeah.
Vaguely. We should do a little deep dive.
We should try again.
You know. You've seen this, right?
I have.
Late Night with the Devil. What did you think?
I thought that the actual underlying like plot to it was a lot better.
Yep.
I mean, I enjoyed them. I enjoyed the whole like, it gives a different meaning to found footage, because technically, if you think about it, it is found footage, because it's kind of like what are those, the Rec movies, the RECs?
Yeah.
And the VHS series.
Yeah.
Like it gives a little bit of that, but it's only one solid story, as opposed to like the VHS and stuff, you get like multiple. But the girl who is the possessed one, like, oh my God. And I love that they were doing like, oh, I've got a guy here to debunk this. And then the poor psychic that like dies on the way to the hospital. Like,
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I think they did, whoever was in charge of like that whole coloring and everything, to keep it to the 70s vibe, because that's when it was supposedly done.
Deserves a Pulitzer.
Oh my God. I do like how they end it where he's, you know, it's about where he's talking to his wife and everything. She's on her deathbed with like him basically figuring out, oh, this was my fault. Kind of. So like, yeah, it's just it's one of those I can't explain it in its entirety. Everyone should watch it. I think it's one of those that like deserves to be watched by everybody.
No, this is hands down. I feel like Late Night with the Devil is going to be. Oh, tell me why. It was also a limited release.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is up with these good movies being limited releases?
Well, the good news is when they do the limited releases, it's not too far behind before Shudder, Hulu, or someone like that picks it up and starts streaming it. Because
yeah.
I think I caught it on Shudder.
It was on Shudder at the same time it was in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
And
so
I said,
they're
I'm
getting
going
smart
straight
with it.
I'm going straight to the theaters. And this movie was filmed a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
This was filmed 2021.
Okay.
It maybe 22. It was supposed to be released in 23.
Was it?
Yeah, and it's filmed under New Zealand or Australian production house. So
okay.
But this was Late Night with the Devil, hands down. Y'all already know how I feel about like satanic shit in here. Y'all already know I rebuke Lucifer out of my life in the name of the Lord. But this movie, Late Night with the Devil, if you have Shudder, go and watch this movie for free with subscription. And no, you can't have Chrissy's because I already got it. But enjoy. I don't know. All the movies I talked about today, enjoy them at your own take.
Mm-hmm.
All the movies we talked about today. Remember, these are just our opinions.
Yes.
I will say for Q2, a clear-cut winner for me is Late Night with the Devil.
Mm-hmm.
A very, very good second place would be I Saw the TV Glow. And then on the same line, I would put Vicious Fun.
Okay.
Third would be Boy Kills World, and then everything else after that just sucked.
So if we think back to Q1, Q2's not doing very well.
Q2 didn't do very well at all.
Yeah.
Well, because I feel like it's the pre-summer. It's like the pre-summer drop off. Like the blockbuster movies that for summer don't come out until July and August. They never have anything good for June ever. But you're right though, babe. Historically and track recordically.
Yeah.
Which is a word.
Look it up. It's in Webster.
Which is a fucking word. It's a fucking word. Q2, babe, we didn't hit the marks.
And I'm hoping Q3, like, bitch, just bangers all the way around.
It's slated to be bangers all the way around.
It's slated, yeah. That doesn't mean it's gonna happen.
We've got Cuckoo, we've got Long Legs, we've got Maxine, we've got Trap, we've got Strange Darling. We've got what else is coming out, and some whatever is coming out through the end of September. There's some good shit coming out, and then I'll also tune in. Deemed to be good shit. I'll also pay attention to what's coming out on Shudder as well, and see if there's anything else I can touch base on. But Q3 should be pretty good. Q4, I have the highest hopes.
Terrifier.
Well, that's what Q4 is being opened up with.
Uh-huh.
Q4 is being opened up with Terrifier, and it's closing out with Nosferatu.
Oh, I love it.
So, we have The Crow. We have The Crow coming out in Q3.
Yes.
Yeah. What else is coming out? Horror movies coming out 2023. 2024, bitch, because I can fucking type. Horror movies coming out in 2024. So, Quiet Place Day 1.
Okay.
Cuckoo. Okay. Handling the Undead Smile 2.
Oh, the
The
second
front
Beetlejuice too.
The Front Room. I think that's more of a comedy though. Oddity is coming out. Sting was so good. First I already did. Never Let Go. I think that already came out. They Listen.
Ooh.
Venom 3 with Tobey Maguire apparently is coming out this year. Blink Twice, which is a looks like Channing Tatum's in here. Bloodline Killer is coming out, I think. If it's not already out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, didn't Saw 11 get pushed to 2025?
Yes. Because I think it was about to come out around the same time as Terrifier 3?
Yeah, which there were. Oh, Mickey Mouse's Mousetrap is coming out. When is this? Like September 20th. So this is gonna be a somewhat great close.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be I'm gonna be probably the brokest for Q3.
The brokest.
Because there's really a lot of good shit coming out for Q3. There's gonna be at least like 10 I'm gonna see. And I think what I'm gonna start doing now is just bringing like a little notepad with me. But yeah. Also, before we let you guys go, thank you so much for listening today and every day. Be sure to subscribe, favorite, give us 5 stars on whatever platform of podcasting you're listening to us on. Feel free to click the link and buy some of our merch. It helps us out as fuck. Is the promo code still going? I think it ended.
There's multiples.
Okay.
Let me get back to the picture.
We might have some promo code for y'all.
Currently, until the 1st of July, we have the summer sale, which is $14 tees and up to 35% off everything that starts the 24th.
Which is going now.
And it's going till the 1st of July. And then they're going to take that same promo and extend it until the 8th. So technically, guys, you have until the 8th to either get $14 tees and up to 35% off of everything.
Perfect.
So, feel free.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, are there any other items you would like to add before we close out?
I don't think so.
Awesome. I just closed my printer tray.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us for the Q2 movie review. It was lackluster as fuck. Overall, It was lackluster. The redeeming quality was Late Night with the Devil. Thank you again to Chrissy for having me join on the podcast. And yeah, big thanks to us. No. Big thanks to us.
For getting the shit done. No,
for getting the shit done. I do have some cool news coming soon that I can't share yet, but please understand August through November is going to be fantastic.
Yes, I'm so excited.
I know I can't tell them yet.
I know.
Yeah, well, listen, y'all, we know that you, what do I say? I have to find a different way to say it. We know that you don't want to leave. That's the one. We know you don't want to leave.
That's right.
But since you have to go, you might as well creep out. Love you.